Hi, Mr. Malone. How are you?
Hello, Chris. I'm good.
Hey, thanks so much for making some time to speak with us. I really appreciate it.
You bet.
I was wondering if you could just start. I mean, tell me a little bit about just generally speaking. You don't have to go into too much detail, but the type of care you and your family had received at Maine Medical Center, and you just kind of give me
Oh,
some of the background on that.
it was my wife. She had a complicated heart incident, emergency kind of thing, and the level of expertise was outstanding that she received, and we were grateful for that. That was 5 or 6 years ago,
Sure.
and so we remember the experience well.
Yeah, I can imagine. My father's gone through some hard issues. Again, I'm not sure we can necessarily draw a comparison, but I can understand how scary it can be when a loved one goes into the hospital. Can you kind of just run us through, how it felt at the time, and also having the support of the Maine Med staff?
Well, she's suffered from a heart problem for almost at this point for almost 20 years, where she had a major and had full quad bypass surgery with all that entails, and so when she suddenly had severe pain and so on, started to sweat heavily, give her aspirin.
Can you tell me
Because
what it was like
obviously
for you?
something isn't working right, and call 911 and get her taken to the hospital. That was the that was the experience, scary.
Yeah.
And she was, I believe, in the facility for about a week. They got her opened up initially, and then they had to go in and place some stents in some very difficult to get to places, and it all worked great, and it went, I would say, by the book. We were amazed at the level of expertise that we found in Portland, Maine. That normally we would have thought we'd have to go to Cleveland Clinic for what they were able to do. So we're grateful for the expertise.
That's excellent. And I guess that was my next question was, what was the support like from the staff, the caregivers, at Maine Medical Center when you guys were going through this difficult time?
Well, everything was great. I mean, we had no complaints, and trust me, we complain if things aren't the way we think they should be. No, we had no complaints. I think the all of the medical staff that she met were excellent, and their ability to explain what was going on. I certainly appreciated as the husband, you know. Uh, so the transparency, they kept me on board and so on. Uh, Excellent experience. We've had other experiences that weren't so good. So this one was an excellent one. So we came away, feeling good about the facility. Of course, we directly and indirectly have, since 1982, we've had activities here in the state of Maine, directly and indirectly, personal and business. So to us, having a first class medical center of excellence in the state, I think is important.
That kind of brings me to my next question. I mean, you guys are donating an incredibly generous amount of money. It's the largest gift the hospital has ever received. What prompted you to do that in this particular setting? I mean, obviously with your reach and your wife's reach throughout your business enterprises, you could have given this money to any hospital. Why Maine Medical
Yeah.
Center?
Well, Maine is a place where we've spent a fair amount of time over the years. Um, we kind of feel like we owe it in a way. Um, we've done a lot of other charitable activity. So when we were asked uh, to consider this, we thought, yeah, well, why not, right?
Certainly. Do you, and they've told you, I assume, that, what your money will be going towards. A brand new tower with your family's name on it. I believe it's going to house the cardiac unit, which is
Yes.
fitting.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Absolutely. It it seems, although you know, sometimes you get a mixed blessing when you name things. But I thought in this case it was okay to name it, and it's part of a much bigger capital program at the hospital. So, don't. Yes, I understand being a lead donor is an important thing, but I think hopefully this is just part of a much bigger capital program that is going to set up Maine Medical to continue to be the top facility in the region.
yeah, certainly. I mean, it also includes, the main track program, which is helping medical students from Tufts University, right outside of
Mm-hmm.
Boston, continue their education. It's also going to go towards innovation in healthcare. How does it feel to know that your money's being used in this way? To kind of further medicine, further your education, and further innovation.
Well, it makes you feel good. You feel like there's some things you can do that are pure good, okay, pure positive. I mean, you don't run into too many things that aren't somewhat controversial in my life, but this one seems like it's purely positive. It's good for the state, good for the folks in the state, good for people we care about specifically, and so it's good.
Excellent. Mr. Malone, what would you like to add about what this means to you to see this project go forward, in good part with your help?
I just feel like it's part of paying back. I've had a good life. I've been financially pretty successful. And when you're in my situation, I'm past 80 now, you start looking for ways to pay back. Whether it's the schools that did right by you, took the chance, so to speak, or certainly in the medical area where you think that your money can cause some substantial improvement in the quality of life for people. It's a real privilege to be able to be a philanthropist in these kind of situations. So, this is the reward side of working hard.